So I've been watching some explanations of the last episode of Lost, and most people don't understand things, and I've been thinking about it since the episode ended, and I think I have a pretty good idea of what happened. Let's start out with what the island was. No one remembered when Jacob did the analogy and he held the bottle of wine or whatever it was upside down and said that whatever was in the bottle was hell, and the island was the cork, and the island was keeping whatever was in the bottle, which was hell, from getting out to the rest of the world. When Desmond took out that cork, where the light was, hell started escaping, and Jack had to put it back, and then everything was fine again. But when he did that, they lost their ability to live forever and turned into smoke and whatever, so Jack killed John. Now, after Jack was dying, he went back to the place where he died, or he got to the island, and then he died and closed his eyes, whatever. But after he died, he went to this alternate universe that everyone thought was Flash Sideways. But I think it was Purgatory. And everyone there died at different times, and it didn't matter when they died because there's no now, or there's no time frame in the Purgatory. So they all go there when they die, and they all made that up, and it started when they had the turbulence on the plane and it didn't crash. That was when their alternate universe started, and they all needed to find each other so they could remember how they died. Once everyone knew how they died, they all went to heaven. That's what the white light was. But Ben never went in, and I think Ben didn't go in because he was not Alex's father yet. He was always meant to be that, and the last episode, you kind of like saw that him and Rousseau were gonna have a thing, and I think that once he gets married to Rousseau and he's Alex's father, then he will remember how he died, and then he'll move on into heaven with them. And everyone's like, "Oh, where was Michael? Where was Walt?" Well, Michael, if you remember from a couple episodes ago, I don't know how many, Hurley was walking through the woods and he hears the whispers, and he he goes looking and he finds Michael, and he sees him and he asks him what he's doing, and he says, "We're the ones who can't move on." So all the whispers since the beginning of the show were people that died on the island or died wherever, and they're bad. Michael was bad because he killed Ana Lucia and Libby for no reason, and he couldn't move on to Hell, which was under the island, so he was stuck on the top. He couldn't move on to Hell. I don't know, probably because the cork was there, but he couldn't move on, and Walt, they just couldn't. He's like 18 now, and when he started, he was 12, so they can't just put him in there. Um, but yeah, and some people were saying, how did Claire have the? They never explained how Claire had the baby, but people don't understand. Claire was able to have the baby because she got pregnant off the island. Sun was able to have the baby because she gave birth off the island. The thing was, if you get impregnated and have birth on the island, then you die. That's what that's what the whole pregnancy thing was. I'm trying to think what else. Some of the things I still don't understand. Um, the Man in Black built that wheel to turn the channel, the water, or the energy, whatever the light was, to turn it, and then that was the wheel that Ben turned, that John Locke turned. But he never put the wheel into place, and it was just it was sitting on the side, and that he never put it in, and his fake mom, the crazy lady who killed his real mom, who was been there for like centuries. She was probably the first protector of the island. She buried the hole. She put all the dirt back in when the wheel wasn't in place, and then she killed everyone in the town. I don't understand how the wheel ever got into place. I never explained that. Another thing, I don't understand how Juliet survived the blowing up the atomic bomb right in her hand, and how it did blow up because you saw that the whole area was blown up. I don't know how she lived. And some people are saying that that explosion mixed with the energy that was supposed to be blocked up with the cement block and everything, that created a time warp to present day. I mean, I guess that's the only reasonable explanation. Um, uh, what else don't I understand? There was, I don't know what season it was, but Desmond was saying that if Charlie if Charlie killed himself like he did, if he went into the room and turned off the signal that was jamming the radar, Claire and her baby would get onto a helicopter. I don't know if he was making that vision up or if they just forgot to go back and mention it. I mean, I guess it could be that he made that up so he would unjam the radar and kill himself because he knew that someone had to die. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. I mean, like I said, everyone died at different times, and whenever they died, they went into that alternate universe, and it doesn't matter when you died because there's no time, there's no now, there's no time frame in purgatory, and once they were all dead, they started meeting up, and they remembered each other, and everyone was with who they were supposed to be with from the beginning. Now, everything that happened on the island was real. They didn't die in the plane crash. Some people are saying, "Oh, they all died as soon as they crashed on the island." No, no, they didn't. The island was real. Um, my original thoughts were that when they blew up the bomb, when they blew up the bomb, everyone died then, and the island was the alternate universe. What happened after that on the island was the alternate universe, and the flash sideways was what was really happening, and then I realized that was retarded and I'm an idiot, and that more than half the people weren't even there when that bomb exploded, so that completely disproved my theory. I still don't understand how Juliet survived the bomb blowing up. The fall was bad enough, but then they said she blew up a bomb and lived. I don't get that. And yeah, I don't. If you have any other questions, I'll definitely look at all the comments and I will answer anything I can. I mean, I remember like most of the things that happened. I've been watching the show for all 6 years, and I've watched seasons over. I didn't forget anything. When something didn't make sense, I'm probably forgetting things. I didn't write anything down. I was just decided to make this video, so I probably left some things out that can be explained. Um, but yeah, leave a comment if you want me to answer any more questions. Um, that's pretty much it.